board meeting. Note that all members are present. This time we'll do the invocation. I'll do that. All right, Lord, we're grateful once again for the opportunity to be able to sit down and discuss the business of our school. And Lord, we know that our decisions here tonight affect every part of our community, Father God. I just pray you would continue to be with the leadership of our school, our students, our teachers, parents, and all of those who care after our kids, Father. I ask you just guide our directions and decisions tonight. May we pray. This time we will have the Pledge of Allegiance and the pledge to our state flag.
I pledge to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Salute the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Its symbols of peace unite all people.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you, ladies.
We'll move to item 5. Should be noted that's item 5. The following concern reports and items of a routine nature normally approved at board meetings and will be approved by one vote unless any board member desires a separate vote on any or all of these items. The consent agenda consists of the discussion, consideration, and approval of the following items. A, minutes of the December 9th, 2019 board meeting. B, treasurer's report for December 2019. C, general fund expenditure comparison analysis for January 13th, 2020. Give you a moment to review those. And if you have any questions, then bring them before the board. Does anyone have any questions on any of those items yet? If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve items M, E, C, on what is it, 6?
That's number 5.
5? Oh, it is. Sorry. I got it.
I have a motion to approve items A, B, and C for item number 5.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Alec?
Yes.
Giffords?
Yes.
Molly? Yes. Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Item number 6 is the legal and financial reports. Item A, vote to approve or not to approve encumbrances number 336 through 362 in the amount of $12,237.98 from the general fund. Number 19 in the amount of $1,021.24 in the cafeteria fund. And number 61 through 65 in the amount of $119,970.88 from the gifts fund for table action on these items.
Not really much there. Bus. Big one.
Are there any questions? If not, we'll entertain a a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve item 6A.
Howard?
Yes.
Chester?
Yes.
Smalley? Yes. Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Item B is vote to approve or not to approve the student activity fund report and transfers for the month of December 2019, or table action on these items. Does anyone have any questions on the student activity report? If not, I'll open the floor for a motion.
Go ahead, Charlotte.
Make a motion to approve the student activity fund report.
I'll second the motion.
I have a motion and a second to approve the student activity fund report and transfers.
Howard?
Yes.
Chester?
Yes.
Smalley?
Yes.
Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Item number 7 is a status report from the Nowata Classroom Teachers Association. Mrs. Frankie.
We met last Monday after the morning session of our professional development day. The calendar was discussed among the members so that way we could come and meet with Mr. Tanner and represent the ideas that we heard from our members. And I emailed him late in the afternoon. I know today was a busy day, to see if maybe we could meet next Monday after PD to work on the proposals for next year. Dee Dee announced that the second round of PBL training is scheduled for July 6th through the 9th. Some are unable to attend due to already scheduled vacations or summer jobs. And teachers are interested in receiving, again like we did last year, personal days for the 4 workshop days, or to see if we could replace the professional development days during the school year by counting these 4 workshop days towards that. Legislative Tuesdays begin in February. We will be, again, going with Bartlesville, as I mentioned last month. We're in Zone A, but that's Veneta, Craig County, Mays County, and we don't share the legislators. Last Saturday, seems like forever ago, I attended NEA media training, and I was the only small school that was represented. So there were about 18 of us there that worked on practicing for interviews, writing articles, things like that. The OEA organizing conference is Friday evening, February 28th, and all day Saturday, the 29th in Oklahoma City. And I will be attending, and hopefully Kayla Gregston will as well.
I got a quick question.
Yes.
So when it comes to the zones, you all
Uh-huh.
over there, so is there a way we can go to, can they not move us to put us more with our legislators? Because it doesn't do us much good to be over there when, you see what I'm saying? Is that an option we can talk to the state about? Or?
I can ask them, but I know that like Tulsa County and Oklahoma City, they're kind of their own zones, and probably they geographically have, broken those down in the past.
I didn't know if it would make a difference to be more in tune with,
Right.
because you can't really go over there and do much if your people are over here
Right.
trying to.
There's a lot more than just the legislative process that we discuss in our zone meetings, but I can ask.
Okay.
Mhm.
It's up to you all, but I just thought that out there.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Frankie, for all you're doing. Any other questions for Mrs. Frankie? If not, we will move to item number 8, which is our principal's report. I'll start with Mrs. Campbell.
I'll tell you what we've tried to catch up from the last meeting. We had an in-service, and it was over trauma. OEA put it on. It was very interesting. One of the things that came out of that is that Oklahoma is #1 in the nation with our amount of youth that have gone through some sort of trauma that we're dealing with in the schools. That really surprised me, but it was very informative. I'm not real sure why. I want to look a little bit more into that.
We've done vision screenings. We got those finished last week. A lot of our students have already finished their math testing. We have a couple of grade levels that are still going to test after Christmas break, but they're going to wait a couple of weeks to get the kids back in the swing just to practice. You know, every break you lose a little bit. And they'll get that finished up. We are starting Project Lead the Way for our 5th graders, and Ashley Radcliffe went to training, and she's going to do our 5th grade groups. It's going to be co-taught, so their teachers will come in with them. And so on Tuesdays, she'll have one group of 5th graders, and on Thursdays, she'll have another group, and it starts tomorrow, and it's at 10:45, so if anybody wants to come, it's going to be lots of fun. I'm so excited for our kids. We have Awards Assembly Friday at 1:30, and it'll be in our cafeteria. Last time we were a little crowded, but I'm going to open up the stage, and I think if I move the kids forward and put some more chairs, it's just so hard to get our kids over here to the big gym, because it might rain, it might snow, it's cold, and the little ones getting coats and jackets, so I'd like to keep it in our building if we can, but we're going to try it one more time with a little bit different setup and see if it works out. It wasn't too bad last time, but it hopefully this time it'll be even less crowded in the seating area for our adults. Tuesday we have The Leader in Me, which is tomorrow. Yvette Barham, that's our 7-star grant that's been going on for about 3 years, and this is the 4th year of it. And she's coming, and they're going to work on family communication and trying to get a similar system to communicate throughout our building. You know, some of our teachers use Dojo, some of them use Remind, some of them, you know, it's Notes Home. So I just think that it would be better for our kids if we had kind of something similar streaming through all the grade levels on that. So she's going to do that. We're also starting in January our Skill and Tell Club. I started working on this in October. The weather gets bad January, February, and March. And so people in our community who have a skill are going to come in with our 5th graders. Our 5th graders, they'll learn more about it Wednesday. They sign up just to the things they're interested in, and on their lunchtime they'll get to come. One of them is Katie's coming. She started a business because she had a hobby of leather work, and it's grown into a pretty big business for her, and so she's going to show them that. Pat Parks is going to come. She has a business that's grown out of Barry's Bears, and she's going to tell them how she started her business and things like that. Mike Bryant from the newspaper is going to come, and he's going to bring some extra cameras and let them take pictures and practice photography. I just feel like the more things that our kids are exposed to that they may not have in their family unit or get at school, the better off we are. I'll be in there with them, and it'll be on their lunchtime, and it's just like if we've got one gentleman who said he'd come teach the kids how to make fishing lures, Ricky stand, and do some things like that on his, you know, on their lunchtime. Not all kids will be interested, so I'm going to just go to them that week and say who wants to do it, so we can get a count and they can come in. And I think it'll be a lot of fun for them. And that's about it. That's all that's going on so far.
Are there any questions for Mrs. Campbell? Thank you, Mrs.
Okay.
Mr. Sexton.
Well, this is pretty abbreviated. But I'll start with the fact that I'm really, really happy that Project Lead the Way is across the street now, and that they're going to come exposed to that, and now it's in our rotation at the middle school, so they're going to know what's going on, and that's really helpful for our kids. So I'm excited about that. Our student of the month for November was Jasmine Ortiz and Caleb Bashford in the 8th grade. 7th grade was Fallon Nichols and Jacob Forehand. In 6th grade, Alexis Warner and Talon Thompson. So we had a personnel resignation in our media center, and so we're kind of in the process of reorganizing the media center and how we're going to staff that, how we're going to meet the needs of our students as we move forward. So really, the plan right now is for Brandy Staley from the high school to come and supervise in the mornings at the middle school. So at least our kids know and our teachers know that they can access the media center in the mornings. And in the afternoon, she goes back to the high school. We don't know yet, but the early plans is that we will, in May, begin probably to move the high school library into the middle school library. And it'd be one secondary library for 2021. And, you know, also, Brandy's really excited about this because Heather had a grant that was funded, and which is a makerspace, and so she's excited about taking that over as well. So I believe that will go smoothly. I really do. Map testing next week, which it'll be our second round, so we'll be able to see the growth our kids have made from September to January. And finally, the first semester grade cards went out today, and thanks to our ThrillShare app, I warned all of our parents, sent them all a text, said, please be aware that we have given semester grade cards to your kids and ask them for them when they get home. So, that's all I have.
Any questions for Mr. Sexton? Thank you, Mr. Sexton. High school, Mr. Williams.
To piggyback a little bit, the grant he was talking about for the makerspace included 4 3D printers, and those are in. Mr. Prince actually has them since he's doing some of that stuff already. Those are the neatest things. 3 of them are not, they look like they're just toys, but they're really cool and mobile. And then the biggest one is you can print a 1 foot by 1 foot box basically if you want to. So whatever the kids print can be a foot tall, a foot wide, a foot deep, a foot round, whatever, right? So we have 3 small ones and 1 big one to go with the one Jason already has. And as technology goes these days, the old one looks like a monstrosity compared to the other ones. And anyway, that's really some cool stuff they're doing. We're going to be map testing as well, the 15th and 23rd at the high school. February 11th, last year we went together with, most people remember Coach Hagelwood. He's now the principal at Chelsea. I called him and we shared money, and we bring an ACT rep here and get a kind of a seminar for our juniors. So he brings his kids over, and we spend the entire day in the living room on the home side with the chair backs and just different kinds of, Mr. Terrence that through last year with it. Actually, it's not just a lecture on how to guess, which is what some of those things are. This lady goes through the curriculum of it, how to look at the curriculum, how to look at the questions, how to figure out what you're doing, so they can prepare for it, not just how to take the test that day, which is a lot of what some of the Chad Carter stuff is. Of course, the in-service on Monday, the 22nd, sophomores will go tour Tri-County Tech. You guys were talking about the ag auction fundraiser the 25th, which will be here, or at the grade school, correct, but on our campus. Homecoming is the 31st, and the boys and girls are both in the finals of the conference tournament, and it has been rescheduled for February 1st. I believe 6:30 and 8, but we'll get those times out when we get closer to that.
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. Williams. Move to item number 9, which is superintendent's report.
Today was one of those days that was just a lot of fun. It was. We tweeted out on Friday, a pair of eyeballs. And then very shortly afterwards, we were told to take cover for a tornado. So that was not very good.
Maybe not the best cover we could have had.
But then we were like, okay, so we started tweeting just the different emojis and different things to get people to ask questions. I'd say it worked, don't you? I mean, they wouldn't leave us alone. Yeah.
They thought my account had been hacked. They didn't think I could use emojis, so I've never done it. They've never seen me do it.
It was good. I mean, and some of them had it figured out before it got here by some stuff. So it was a fun day. I mean, the kids that came out and got on the bus were super excited about just I don't know, it was a huge pride thing. I mean, we took the fifth graders around the block and they started singing school fight songs. They were unprompted, they just did it. I mean, it was very cool. So anyway, that was a fun thing, and that was a grant, so it didn't cost the school budget money anything. As far as budget goes, we're looking pretty strong. We're looking at, right now, if we can continue where the route we're on, we're gonna be able to carry over $1 million. I was just kind of doing some rough figuring here. From 2014 to the end of last year, we lost 235 kids out of enrollment in the district. I mean, if you do the math on that, that's $940,000 that somewhere, I mean, at some point, something's going to give. And that's kind of where we're at this year or next year. Anyway, we'll continue to work on ways to make that as, try to make it as smooth as possible, keep as much things intact in the classroom as we can. But like, consolidating the libraries is what makes sense, and it's pretty much what everybody around us does anyway. We're kind of an outlier in the fact that we had 3 libraries that were open, because most schools our size had gone to 1 librarian and 1 assistant a long time ago. So, and I think, the state would be excited about the transition and the opportunity for the makerspace. It would be a good situation. As far as that goes, I've got the bus parked across the street in the parking lot. If anybody wants to go take a look at it, that's where I'm going to go hang out after the meeting. So if anybody wants to leave the games and come check it out, it'll be there. The Project Lead the Way, very excited about the fact that we're getting that across the street and getting started this semester. And it's not really, I wanted to get it larger, but we're at least going to get it in some of the 5th graders and some of the 1st graders, which is the best I can do for this semester. But we'll expand that next year moving forward. We have several grants that were co-authored by Ms. Hewitt and me and others, and those are for specific Project Lead the Way grants through John Deere. And we'll find out about those next month. And those are 10,000, 5,000, 5,000. So those will help, if we get those, that'll help us expand our offerings. We're going to have to train some more people in the middle school and looking at expanding the high school offerings by 1 or maybe 2. We have another teacher who's interested in possibly getting trained to be able to offer. So we won't just have it all tied to Mr. Prince, which would be good. Anyway, things going fairly well as far as I can see. That's all I have for this evening. Ag truck. We're changing the starter.
It's still down.
We got it up, we got sensors changed. He took it home, it wouldn't start. And I said, have you ever just taken a hammer and just tapped on that thing? Because I had old trucks, that's what we did. And he's like, no, but I'll do that when I get back, because he was AI cows. He said he got under there and he tapped it and it clicked. So they took a hammer out there to his house, tapped on it enough, got started, drove to town, and they're changing starters now. So I'm going to guess that's where it's at. And then if it goes down again, I think we're either looking at a trip to Ford where they can put it on the big computer or a different one. Pull that gas, pull that radiator cap and back it up under it.
Not another Ford.
Anything else? Thank you, Tom. Question? Item number 10, this is general business. Item A, I have discussion and vote to approve or not to approve the personnel report, or vote on each of these items individually or take action on side.
Yeah, there's only one person on there, she resigned, and she's moved on it. I recommend that we approve.
Make a motion to approve personnel report.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the personnel report.
Keller?
Yes.
Hester?
Yes.
Smalling?
Yes.
Hill? Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Item B under general business is vote to approve or not to approve to appoint Mr. Tanner as our representative to the Grand Gateway Board of Directors for 2020, or table action on this item.
This is a group that's dedicated to economic development of the area, and because we're a member, we have the right to nominate someone to the board, and we didn't have one last year. So, unless one of you would rather fill that role, I'll do it.
You saying yes, you're okay with it?
I'm actually kind of excited. There's a $50,000 grant we can write for a capital improvement, which could be used to renew the roof on the WPA building, or it could be new construction, like replacing the shed that burned down. Was it a driver's ed building? What was that?
No, it was a bus barn.
Bus barn.
Oh, that's where that slab is,
Yeah.
there by the WPA.
Already got this flag.
Yeah.
So, I'd recommend that you approve it.
Do I have a motion for item B?
Make a motion to approve Mr. Tanner as a representative to the Grand Gateway Board of Directors for 2020.
I have a motion and a second.
Halleck?
Yes.
Chester?
Yes.
Molly? Yes. Hill?
Yes.
Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0. Is there any new business that should come before the board?
We have that slab there. It shouldn't be very expensive to put a metal frame building back up. Just did 10 and what they make a classroom, but just made it a 2-bedroom walk-through door. Would you be interested in me pursuing is to maybe replace that so we can have a place to park some lawnmowers and that new school bus, keep it out of weather. It should be a minimal expense. I mean, it's gonna be under 50, which would, at 50, you'd have to go out for bid, so it would be like, I'm sure we can get it, we're done with less than that. And we'll even try to find grant money too.
It never hurt to get bids.
Yeah.
Or anything, right? Don't have to do anything with them.
No.
See what you can have to bid, we can take a look at it.
Okay.
So it's over there by the.
It's on the other side of the football field. It's just south of that WPA building, where the visitors come in and out of that gate. But the electric's there, the pad's there. I mean, there's not gonna be a lot of cost putting the metal building back there. I don't think, I mean, I've been pricing them quite a bit, so.
For yourself, but
Yeah.
that sounds good to me. All right, we'll move to, if there's no other new business, we'll move to item number 12, active adjournment.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Halleck?
Yes.
Chester?
Yes.
Molly? Hill? Bashford?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0 at 6:28 PM.
Very good.
Do we need to sign something for that
Yes.
Grand Gateway?
No.
Just me. Well, I didn't want anybody to run off.
Yeah, you already signed.